You guys really liked the last battle pack video. I decided to make another one. This is the Imperial Clone Commando battle pack. And I'm really happy with how this one turned out, so let's take a closer look, starting with the builds. Okay, so here is the Stealth Bark Speeder, which I designed based off of the 2014, I think it was, the Bark Speeder set from Clone. Mainly the same build with some changed parts and then some added extra details, which we'll look at later. But it's got this new color scheme I made, which matches the Covert Ops Troopers from Crosshair's Squadron. I don't have any of those figures, so we'll just have to use this Clone Commando. Once you get him on there, I think he looks really good, and even though he has that big clunky backpack, it's still able to fit because of the way I designed the seat. As you can see, he's holding onto the two controllers at the front to control the speeder. For some of the smaller details of the speeder, first up we have this weapons rack that's right under one of the engines, and you could do this on both sides, but I only did it on one of them. Actually, I did it on two. I forgot I put binoculars on the other side. Here we have this small floodlight, which is one of the few things that isn't symmetrical on this model, but I think it looks really good, and I like the piece I used for that. Even though this is a color swap of a thing from another set, I really like this, and this is one of my favorite speeders that I've made for my clone troopers. Now it's time to take a look at some of the clone's defenses. So here we have these two barricades that I built. These really give off the same vibe as a lot of early Imperial stuff that you see in the Bad Batch. And they're really simple to build, only using a few pieces, and I'll show you how to do that now. You can see it's a very simple build, but I think it's very effective, so let's take a look at this weapons rack I built. This was actually in my video for the upgrading the 332nd battle pack, but I thought it was good enough to get in this video too. So here it is with some of the commando weapons I used in this set, which we'll take a look at later. But I think you can have your commandos pose with this thing, and it looks really good. Speaking of the commando figures, let's take a look at those now. The first commando we have is Scorch, which is from Delta Squad, but I think he looks really good. All of these figures are from Jonak Toys, and they have Clone Army Customs helmets and backpacks. These figures have a blank black head under their helmets, which I think finishes off the figure really well without putting a new head on there. When you take off the backpack of this figure, you can see that Jonak Toys actually printed the backpack on, just like they did in the LEGO Bad Batch sets, which can be good for some people, but if you want to take the backpack off, you're missing that accurate detail. Weapon, I gave him the Clone Army Customs Commando gun with the attached ordnance launcher. I think that's what it's called, but it's the one that launches grenades because he's like a weapons specialist. Here we have the plain and simple standard Commando. I really like this figure. This was my first ever Jonak Toys figure, and he's got a printed backpack. It's basically the same as all the other Commandos, just with no extra colors or details. I say that like it's a bad thing, but it really isn't, because everyone loves plain clone troopers. But here's a look at the rest of his UV printed detail. I think this figure is really good, and just like the others, he has a Clone Army Customs helmet and backpack. Since he is just a standard Commando, I decided to give him the Clone Army Customs standard gun. I think it suits him really well. These two figures in this battle pack are the two Imperial Commandos. These are from the Advanced Science Division from the Bad Batch, so these guys look really cool with their gray markings. They are simple, and their legs kind of remind me of shock troopers. Sadly though, due to being printed on a different color, the legs print kind of look a little different and duller than the rest of the white print on this figure, and it's not dual molded, which is not really to be expected because I don't even think they make a piece with gray boots at the bottom. I really do think Jonak Toys should try and do what Grandpa Clone Customs did, which is spray paint the dual mold, and I think that might work. But it seems to me that that would be a lot more expensive. For the weapons, I actually gave one of them the standard Commando blaster, and then I gave the other one the sniper variant. I really do think all of these figures are amazing, and I can't wait to make another battle pack, which will probably be a Kashyyyk Specialist battle pack. So if you guys want to see that, please leave a like and subscribe. Before you click off, I'll actually be doing a giveaway once I hit 1,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel, if I hit it by the end of the year, and I'll be doing that on my Instagram. So go follow both of those. If you guys have any other ideas for what battle packs I should make, please leave them in the comments, and I'll see you next time.